Hey everybody. Hi from the homestead. It's Joe with Bumbling Acres. I hope you all are doing well. For the first time last week, we actually had multiple people in our chat. So we'll see if that happens again. One of the things you learn from doing this is how to do it right. And one of the things that I learned from last week was from watching it was that those who watch this video afterwards won't be able to see the chats that are coming in. So that was a first for me. So if you do a chat, I'm going to restate what you stated in the chat and then respond to that. So if you have any questions, responses, please let me know. One of the things you might notice if you've regularly watched our channels, we try to do 2 videos a week. We haven't done a video this week. While I do have a number of videos that are actually cooking, that I'm editing, that I'm getting ready, to be honest, the weather is wonderful this weekend. And if you are not taking the time to enjoy this weekend for what it is, this is the last blast of good weather before the cold comes back. I really kind of question a lot of things. We aren't popular enough where my revenue, my income is based off this. And even if we were, the time that I have with my family is the most important thing to me. So this weekend, we went to a public park with one of our oldest dogs, and there's some pictures that I'll post for that. We actually went pistol shopping, and we actually did some target shooting with me and my older son today earlier. So we've had a busy weekend. I just haven't been recording a lot of it and posting a lot of it. I was thinking about doing a video about, our shooting with me and my son, but to be honest, that felt wrong. It felt like that was taking time away from the experience with me and my son. So, you all will always be second to my family. So you missed the chance to watch me shoot things. We did go, shopping and wound up looking for some pistol things. I'm hesitant to share how much specificity goes into what I have on my property in terms of guns and such. But that was a part of our day. Me and my wife, and once again, daughter and dog, were able to go out to the local park and were able to go take a really nice trail. The weather was absolutely beautiful. So we were really good. And I will post a video, kind of a synopsis of our Saturday. And yesterday was kind of morning routine, fixing some things, organizing some things, and really talking about the lifestyle of homesteading. Yesterday, we also ended the day with a bonfire on my property, as we've amassed a lot of wood and such. You obviously got to get rid of it. So burnt up some wood on the fire as well. And it's always a good feeling to end the day with a bonfire. So didn't burn anything else down. Goal of a good bonfire is to keep it in the bond, not in the fire. So all in all, that went great. You see me sporting my Neck Gator face shield. I start with a new company, carpentry-wise, on Monday, and trying to see how these things work as opposed to some of those cloth masks I don't really like. So that's why you see me looking like a bandit I always feel like I'm like about to rob Stagecoach in the middle. Like, this doesn't feel professional, nice, or particularly effective, but this counts as a face covering. So, there you go, for what that's worth. But we were going to do the butchering this last weekend. It was delayed again. Once again, we were helping one of our other friends who have a homestead, Providence Farmstead, which is a wonderful channel and wonderful people. Alicia and her husband and children. They're high energy and good people. And Alicia has raised some chickens for some of her friends and clients, and we were going to harvest them all this weekend, but it's been pushed back again. Oh, not really. That is what that looks. So in the process of setting up and shooting, I actually, on a tree, we put the target on a tree on the side of a field, and that was catching a tree limb. And there's the cute baby. This is my adorable baby. This is my beautiful, wonderful wife, who we have our anniversary tomorrow, by the way, which is another reason why I'm not really posting a lot of things, because, I'd rather have a successful and happy house than have a successful and happy YouTube channel. So get used to the fact that my wife is more important than you. But that doesn't mean you aren't important. It's maybe not important to me. Maybe not as important to me as you would like to believe.
Oh, drooly face.
There's baby.
All right, sleepy girl.
But you'll get to see video from the hiking and such. And I just took a few. Once again, not a lot of content because I wanted to focus on being present in the moment.
And I will give my 2 cents about baby carriers while hiking, because I know which one I will not recommend now.
Today we will be doing videos over things we recommend, and one of those will be my wife has a lot. Her hands are very full now, but there's a lot of things that she would like to talk to you about, and there's always a lot to learn. So. But we were going to do the harvesting. The harvesting has been pushed back another at least week. I have started with a new company in terms of being a carpenter. So I go through an orientation and such this week. So things are a little topsy-turvy, as is life. Things are going well in our homestead. And this is partly being... What did the dog do?
Got into the trash.
Oh, our Aussie Shepherd got into the trash. Woohoo. Great. Thank you, Harley. When I talk about this weekend, obviously yesterday I was actually in the gun store when the news made the call. The AP, Fox News, and press made the announcement that Joe Biden won the election. And me and my wife have been talking about this for the last since the election, and really dealing with the emotions of it. And I hope you have had that conversation with your family, and you've had that conversation with your friends, not just to grieve what is not just a grievance about what's right or wrong with the world, but as much that emotionally, like, it's been good for me and my wife to sit and talk. What are we afraid of? What do we feel good about? That's really what homesteading is. How do we allow ourselves to manage our own life and make our life sustainable and healthy? And we have. And that was part of looking at it, where I am not, as I've said on my Facebook page on a live video last night, who I voted for is not anybody's business but my own. I've shared it with my wife, and I will share it in a matter of discussion. I don't share it right now, and I don't share it because I don't feel it really matters in regards to where we are as a country and where we are as a people right now. Your first priority needs to be taking care of yourself, not get a president elected, regardless of who that president is. And there's a lot of, how are you designing your life so that it is sustainable, safe, and replicable? I feel pretty good about me and my wife's life. We have a decent food storage that will see us through. We have a decent ability to protect ourselves. We have a decent ability to go and procure things that we need. Are you able to do that? And that's an important question to ask. Are you able to do that? And if not, you need to take a good look at, what are your food storages that you have? What are your weapon storages that you have? What are your capabilities that you have? Are you expanding those capabilities? Between my wife and myself, I feel really good about our abilities to take care of ourselves. We have the ability to, we have enough food to make it. We have enough weapons to take care of ourselves should things get really bad. And a lot of that is security. And we have that security of our sustainability, but we also have the security of our relationship, where we're able to weather storms like what's happening right now with so much unrest, so much in the air. So I think that's an important thing for us to discuss as homesteaders. But I really am only going to be on for probably 5 or 6 minutes. Last video was a lot longer, but we had more people in that were interacting. And if I'm not interacting, I don't really want to just continue to talk into the ether. I don't think anyone's going through and watching my live videos to get a self-esteem and ego. Little blood from the rabbits. We're rebreeding our rabbits actually today and tomorrow. We've had one litter, one kit that came through. I'll put pictures of that as well from our rabbit breeding. We've got a lot of little things going on, but the family's most important. So I hope you, if you're watching this video, I hope you're taking the time to find some peace, make some peace with things. If you have questions about how to raise animals, that's what we're here for. That's what the homesteading community group is here for. You will never find a more compassionate and caring group of people than in the homesteading. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to talk. I'm a fake it till you make it kind of human being. It's how I was raised. As a man, I go into situations, and as long as I feel like I'm safe, I am willing to fake that I know what I'm doing to get through it. And I find in life that has always served me well. But there are a couple scenarios where you don't really want to fake it till you make it. And one of those is, homesteading in general with some of these processes. If you're talking to someone about setting up a water system, don't be afraid to say, I don't know how to do this. I want to know how to do this. Here's how I think it works. And that person will either go, wow, yeah, that's how it works. Or will say, no, that's not really how. If you're doing a low pressure water collection system like we utilize on my property, it's pretty simple as long as you have the basic tenets, as you understand the basic tenets of water flowing. How do you gather it and store it? And there's some safety and such. It's not a complicated process, but it's not necessarily intuitive. You don't just set up a barrel, put water in it, and voila. I mean, that's at its base level, but there's a lot more to it than that for long-term storage and usage. When it comes down to, I was thinking about this yesterday. In fact, yesterday we're going to do a video over Idiot's Guide to Getting a Hunting License, because I did get my hunting license yesterday, and I'm an idiot. Idiot's Guide to Gun Purchase. What's the process for buying a gun? How do you feel comfortable? How do you feel safe doing those? Neither of those two things, getting my hunting license or guns, are where I walked in and pretended I knew what I was doing. I did walk into the gun store and probably walked around the gun store for 35 minutes looking at every aisle and everything before I asked to talk to anybody. I wanted to get a feel for what was going on around me. I wanted to kind of orient myself with what they had, what they were. I wanted to overhear conversations that were being had around me and kind of get a feel for which staff was knowledgeable, which staff wasn't, which staff I felt I could communicate with better, who was most important. That was actually kind of an important part to me. I was listening to see which one which one seemed to be the most knowledgeable, most important, and I purposely talked to that person when I went, because I didn't have a high knowledge of pistols. My experience with rifles and pistols is from the Marine Corps. I'm not like many people who, I'm not one of those who was knowledgeable of guns and then joined the military. So as I've gotten out and you go in to talk to people, you really run into civilian aficionados who know 1,000 times more about guns and pistols and rifles than I do. And it's really interesting from a veteran perspective to be kind of clueless about something really, really important. I know the mechanics of shooting very well, but I know the mechanics of what pistols do what and what brands do what and what the advantages and disadvantages of carrying and such. That I had, what holster should you use to carry. I can tell you a concealed carry that I utilize, but I don't know if it's the best one. It's just the one that I use. From military experience, I can't tell you if what I had was the right one. It's just what I learned. I know that it works for shooting, but there's still a lot of things I'm still learning, and you kind of have to use that as a person as you're going through this process. So it's showing as that there's one person in here, and I don't know if that's counting me as the one. Am I the... Oh, yeah, I am. Apparently it's counting me as the one, which I think is weird. Why would I need count that I am the one? I know that I'm the one. I am Juan. I have a coworker named Juan. Oh, I did at my last company. We like to make Juan puns. I am number Juan. I am the Juan you are looking for.
That's racist.
Well, if I change it to, it still says, if you are... Oh, well, no, it just keeps clicking over. That's interesting. Okay. There's, let's see, what else is going on? We are about to have our anniversary tomorrow. We're pretty excited, pretty happy. One of the videos we will be doing is we're brewing coffee, if you can hear that. One of the videos we will be doing in the next couple of days, I'm going to record it, sit down with my wife, is talk about homesteading and being a healthy couple and a healthy relationship. We've been married for a year. Now, I get that there are many of you who have been married a lot longer, like Jason from Big Bear Homestead, been married a lot longer. And I don't want to seem like I'm telling you how to be an expert in a relationship. That being said, if having bad relationships was a good experience, I am greatly experienced. So me and my wife have a very healthy, happy relationship now. We have a baby. We've had a crazy last year and a half while we've been homesteading. And I want to inspire people to homestead. And I want to kind of provide couples maybe with some tools that will help them through the homesteading experience. So that's coming. There's so many things going. And during the winter, I'm going to work on a lot of these things while we prep the homestead. You prep the soil. That's what winter's about. Winter's about orientation and preparation. So it's 15 minutes. Nobody's here saying hi to me. So I am going to go and spend time with my family. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all have a great day. Be safe. Be happy. Joe Bummelnaker signing out. Bye. I'm pushing buttons.